Gordon steamed across the island.
The record is mine! The record is mine!
Henry was having a terrible time. He was rocking and rolling, coughing and wheezing.
The workmen are waiting! The workmen are waiting!
He gasped. Thomas thought Henry looked very sick indeed. Gordon was making good time and feeling grand. "Have you seen Henry?" asked Thomas worriedly. "He looks very sick."
I'm sure Henry is fine, Gordon hooted.
"But his face was as green as his tender," Thomas puffed. Now Gordon began to wish he hadn't taken Henry's coal. But he still wanted to set a new record. So when the signal changed, Gordon puffed on. But no matter how fast Gordon went, he couldn't get away from the bad feeling in his boiler. Gordon wasn't enjoying being Gordon anymore. Gordon had to stop to let off passengers. Henry was taking on water. Henry's face was green. His axles were shaking, and dark smoke billowed from his funnel.
Are you feeling all right? Asked Gordon.
"I didn't get my special coal this morning," coughed Henry. "My firebox feels funny." But then it was time for Gordon to go. "Hooray for Gordon," wheezed Henry. "You'll set a new record for sure." Gordon could see Knapford Station up ahead. Sir Topham Hatt was there. Gordon was on time and going to set a new record. But Gordon's bad feeling was now so strong, he thought his boiler would burst. Gordon slowed to a halt. "You're going to be late," cried his driver.
I don't care,
Whistled Gordon, and he started to reverse. Gordon soon reached Henry. Henry had stopped for a rest. He was surprised to see Gordon.
I took your special coal this morning, puffed Gordon. I wanted to go faster than ever. I'm very sorry. But now I have a good idea.
Gordon and Henry swapped tenders. Soon, Henry's firebox was full of special coal. Henry felt better right away. "Thank you, Gordon," he huffed happily. And together they puffed off to Knapford Station. But Gordon and the express were late. Only Thomas was there. Sir Topham Hatt had gone home for his tea. "I'm sorry you didn't set a new record today," chuffed Henry.
And I'm sorry I took your coal, puffed Gordon.
"Who holds the old record?" whistled Thomas.
Why, I do, said Gordon.
And the good friends laughed. This telegraph pole needs to be taken to the docks. Gordon, Edward, and Emily all want to do the job. But only one of their flatbeds is exactly the same size as the telegraph pole. Can you tell which one it is? Let's look at Gordon's flatbed. No, Gordon's flatbed is too big. It's longer than the telegraph pole. What about Edward's flatbed? Perhaps that is the right size. No, Edward's flatbed is too small. It's shorter than the telegraph pole. Now, only Emily is left. Is her flatbed the right size to take the telegraph pole to the docks? Yes, Emily's flatbed is not too big and not too small. It is exactly the right size to take the telegraph pole. Well done, Emily. Now you can go to the docks. Sir Topham Hatt has been invited to 3 special days. A birthday party, a sailing trip, and a soccer game. Thomas is going to take Sir Topham Hatt to each one. But Thomas doesn't know which special day it is today. See if you can help him. On special days, Sir Topham Hatt doesn't wear his top hat. When would Sir Topham Hatt wear a party hat? For the soccer game? No. What about the sailing trip? No, that's not right either. What about the birthday party? Yes, Sir Topham Hatt wears a party hat to go to the birthday party. Now Sir Topham Hatt's wearing a sea captain's hat. Which special day is it today? The soccer game? No, that's not right. What about the sailing trip? Yes, Sir Topham Hatt wears a sea captain's hat for the sailing trip. Now Sir Topham Hatt is wearing a woolly scarf and hat. So, which special day is it today? The soccer game? Yes. Sir Topham Hatt wears a woolly scarf and hat on the day of the big soccer game. Sir Topham Hatt will arrive safely to all of his special days. Well done, Thomas. The island of Sodor is a wonderful place. Thomas enjoys puffing all over the island. There are lots of special places to visit. Where's this? That's right, it's the high hills of Sodor. The high hills of Sodor are home to the narrow gauge engines. Rusty, Peter Sam and Duncan, Skarloey, Rheneas, Sir Handel, Mighty Matt, and Fearless Freddy. Every day, the engines come and go through the transfer yards. It's where they meet their friends, and where Mr. Percival tells them what to do. The engines often have adventures. Fearless Freddy is an old engine, but he wanted everyone to know that he was still the fastest engine in the hills. Skarloey and Rheneas said they were the fastest engines. So it was decided that they would have a race. Freddy found out that he wasn't as fast as he used to be. Freddy decided to puff down some old tracks. They would get him to the finish line first. Rheneas and Skarloey were still puffing faster and faster, until Rheneas bounced right off the track and down the mountain. Fearless Freddy went to rescue him. He told him he wasn't the fastest anymore. Peter Sam had his own adventure. Skarloey had told him a story. It was about an old engine, Proteus. Proteus's lamp was magic. Peter Sam didn't believe the story. But then, strange things started to happen. First, he felt a strong rush of wind. Then, he heard a strange creaking sound. And lastly, he saw a bright light flashing on and off. Maybe Peter Sam had found the magic lamp. But as he puffed closer, he saw the bright lamp was just Harold. Another day, Duncan found a disused track. He wanted to have an adventure too. It led into an old mine. Duncan was very excited. But then he crashed into an old roof support. It collapsed. Duncan was trapped. He tried to go forwards, but there were buffers, and the buffers squeaked. It was the sound of squeaky wheels. Duncan knew the buffers must be on freight cars. With one mighty puff, Duncan bashed the cars through an old exit. He was outside again. He couldn't wait to tell the other engines. So that's why the high hills are very special for Duncan. There are so many special places on the island of Sodor. Next time, Thomas will show us somewhere else. Someone new has arrived on Sodor. Here are some dots. If we join these dots, we'll see who it is. Can you guess who it might be? Let's join the dots and find out. Off we go. Whoever this is, he has a pointed nose at the front and some small wheels underneath. There's something long and pointed sticking out from one side. Do you know who this is yet? Here's a triangle-shaped tail at the back, and also something sticking out from the other side. They look like wings. Who can it be? That's right. It's Jeremy the jet plane. Welcome to Sodor, Jeremy. Seeing the sights. There are lots of wonderful sights to see on the island of Sodor. One summer's day, Thomas was given a very special job.
Thomas, said Sir Topham Hatt, you are to collect some very important visitors from the mainland. They are arriving at Brendam Docks.
Yes, sir, tooted Thomas happily. I will show them all the sights on Sodor. Thomas puffed happily towards Brendam Docks. Thomas pulled up at the gangplank. Welcome aboard, he tooted. I will show you all the wonderful sights of Sodor. Just then, Gordon steamed in.
I should be showing the sights to the important visitors, he sniffed.
Why? Huffed Thomas.
Because, wheezed Gordon, I could show them round much more quickly than you. Then they would see everything there is to see on Sodor.
Thomas was cross. I can show them all the sights just as quickly as you can, he whistled. Just you wait and see. Thomas heard passenger car doors slam. Everyone's on board, he thought, and he chuffed away as quickly as he could. So much to see, so much to see. Let's get a move on. Count on me. Then there was trouble. Thomas had left some of the visitors behind. Later, Thomas had to wait at a signal. Bertie the bus drove up. He had picked up the visitors Thomas had left behind. Bertie honked his horn, but the signal had changed, and Thomas puffed away. Thomas was in a hurry. "Silly tank engine," popped Bertie. "I will have to chase after you." The children on board Bertie thought a chase was great fun. Thomas arrived at Blacklock. "Everyone out to see the seals," he tooted. "Hurry up, hurry up." The visitors took their cameras to see Blacklock. Thomas had to wait. He didn't like waiting. He had to show the visitors all the sights.